Hello YouTubers and welcome to another episode of the vlogs. Today we've got a half hour and then some fueling up post that, but now we get into the half hour and see if we can do better than last week's score, using last week as a target and today setting a goal to see if we can do a bit better. So let's get to it. That is the workout finished. Same score as last week, which I'm pretty happy with. Training has stepped on this week, and as well, if you can have a look here, the drag factor. So I get a lot of questions about what drag factor I'm using. Although it is up at level 10, let me see if I can get it to be shown. The drag factor on this erg at level 10 is says 98, so it'll be a bit higher when I get a full stroke in, but that's significantly lower than I usually do a half hour at, or even just erg in general. I usually sit around 130, 135, and so this will make it more difficult for me to pick up properly and connect to the legs. So it's actually a pretty good sort of chance for me to work on what I've been working on and keeping the arms nice and straight, especially when the load is a bit lighter. So this is probably lighter than an 8 would be. So if I can get back, if I can do this well, I should be able to do well in 8, 4 pair, etc. Get connected. But that's what I'm telling myself anyway. Score the same, a lot harder than last week. But it is, like I said before the workout, had a target, used that target to motivate myself, used all my strategies to keep myself going, like counting down strokes, sort of 10 strokes, 8 strokes, 7 strokes, 20 strokes if I'm feeling extra motivated at that point. But towards the end it's sort of 5 strokes here and there, and also getting, once I get under 10 minutes, getting to each minute, so 10 minute, 9 minute, 8 minute, 7 minute, and then getting to the last minute, that's the last final sort of what have you got left in the tank. But sort of steady push all the way into the last split, which is better than last week where I knocked it down pretty much every split. But now it's chucking it down outside, and it's time most likely to fuel up and see how much we can eat in Pizza Hut, because it is in fact closing down in this area, so we're going to help them get rid of some of their stock. Oh yeah! And we've made it into Pizza Hut for our fueling up. Obviously not the healthiest of options, but today's one of those days where we are, it's not like a cheat day, but it's one of those days where we've worked hard, did a half hour today, reasonably happy with the results, and rewarding ourselves. And not necessarily everyone should have a cheat day, but sometimes like almost like a mental refresh using the food, because remember, food is fuel, to give yourself a little bit of a mental boost. And having a load of pizza is one way that I could do that. And it's not necessarily about sort of the calorie input, it's more about just having a bit of fun, having a bit of a break from the strict stuff, seeing how much Charlie can actually eat.
It's going to be a lot.
and maybe having competition there, but just having a bit of a relaxed day regarding food, but still getting a lot of fuel in, especially if we've got this pizza buffet. So cheat days, I see more as a mental benefit rather than a physical, because obviously if you're very strict on your diet and then you throw in a cheat day, then that's a big variation from that. But as always, check with your coach, see what's good for you, check with someone who is closer to you, and as an individual, different things work for you that would work for me. But now, we're a bit early, so the buffet isn't out yet. Buffet? So we're going to wait for that and then get the charring down. Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Do you want any of this?
I'll have one slice if you are actually going to have one.
I'll eat two, mate. There you go. Generous. This first plate. And you need a crust plate as well.
No, you're not eating the crust.
No, mate, you all toppings, and then you save the crust, and then you get up to like 30 pieces.
So Charlie's filled his plate with pizza, all of the pepperoni.
Gotta stop the kids having it, that's why.
What can you explain to me what you said about the crust?
If you don't eat the crust and you get the wonderful toppings, then you can eat more and you can count how many pieces you've had without forgetting. And we know numbers. It's not.
Oh, but do you finish the crust eventually?
Depends.
So it doesn't count a full slice.
We'll see, mate. We'll see how far ahead I get.
Okay, so starter. Charlie just took a full pizza. Let's see what happens. Plate number 2.
But little slices.
Yeah, but they're deep pan though. Little slices, yes, but deep pan, because Charlie went for all thin slices, and I'm on plate number 2 and Charlie isn't.
We'll see how this goes. 2 pieces.
Plate number 3.
You had a break for a while, haven't you?
Well, I was listening to you.
Yeah.
Plate number 3, slices 11, 12 to 16. Charlie had to get some thick slices and only got 2. Plate number 4, slices 17 to 21. I think Charlie's on about 2. I don't know. 1. How many? He's got his crust so he can count, but it's looking like 3 or 4. But I'm getting full. But I don't know how Charlie's feeling, so I don't know when to stop. But like I said, having a bit of fun, a bit of mental stimulus, a bit different, and also some major fuel. Probably not the best, but
At least you're having fun.
at least we're having fun and enjoying ourselves because the opportunity is there. Oh yeah.
Make myself look presentable.
And we have finished, or perhaps finished, the meal for just now, and now it's time to count what Charlie has eaten. I ate 8,000 slices. Charlie?
Let's see if I can count this high, mate. 18, 19, 20, 21, and that was piece 22.
But he didn't eat any crust. So how many slices is that crust worth?
That's like, I'm probably on like 20, so I've got to eat at least 5 more.
Yeah. So I had 21 full slices, more deep dish slices as well. So maybe we're at about a tie at the moment, roughly, if you count that as 2 slices, which is definitely not.
So we're going to continue.
But again, fueling up, having fun, enjoying ourselves. Even learning to count, teaching Charlie how to count.
After
Yesterday during weight session we had some issues counting to 10. But now, gonna get laptops open, get some ideas as well ready for behind the scenes, like I've been talking about for the last week, improvements that can be made. Oh yeah. And we've made it back to the house. We had a little bit of a stop actually. Let me show you what the stop was for. Well, the stop was actually for food, because remember, food is fuel. But next to the shop, food shop, was a wonderful shop that sometimes sell jeans. And for those of you who are taller than average, like myself, I am 6'9". My inside leg for jeans is 36 to 38. So I sometimes pop into the shop and have a little peruse around and see if I can find a pair of jeans. This time I was looking for a specific light wash of jean because I ripped the last pair. But this time they had a pair, so it's so exciting. For you, those of you that find it difficult to find clothes, no matter your size, you know the struggle. You go into a shop and you can't see anything to fit you. But today we found something to fit me. So it's an excellent day. We've fueled up, we've had a good half hour. And that will be it for today's video, Yam Squad. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. A little bit different, trying to see how much pizza we can fit in the belly to fuel up after that half hour. But now it is time to stop the video. Yam sleeping in the back there. Yam! There he is. Oh. And as always, Yam Squad, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and I will see you tomorrow.